So today we're gonna do something a little different. The other week I did a review on some products that I got, and you guys seemed to like it. So I'm gonna go over some things that I picked up at the store, a lot of different stuff actually. So I'm gonna do kind of a chatty little first impressions video for you guys today. Everything that I'm trying out for the first time are all drugstore things that are very affordable, and I typically, even with drugstore stuff, look for things that have a coupon or some kind of discount, like buy one get one 50% off or something like that. So excuse me, we will talk about these things. I actually am having a hard time because I picked up 2 eyeshadow palettes that are Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes, and one's a big palette and one's a little palette. I'm having a hard time deciding which one to play with. So this one is called Not a Basic Peach. I just think that looks so cool. There's some pretty colors. See if you can, yeah, look at that, it's picking up nice. And then, and you can see my face there. Hi guys. So basic packaging too. And then we got this one that is called Hooked on Vinyl, which I think is really cool. So I like this one also. And that color down here, the crease color, I may not use it as crease color, but it actually is like green. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, so I think I might do a combination of things. It's first impression, so I should try some of everything, right? Okay, so I have those to try out. I have the Physicians Formula Happy Booster in Natural to try out. And I guess my thing is, I know a lot of these things have been out for a while, but maybe I have a different take on them than somebody else does, or maybe my perspective's just a little bit different. Either way, I'm not gonna tell you, go out and buy this. I may say, I think it's a good value, but at the same time, you know, you may not like a palette like this. This may be totally outside of what you would ever purchase. So it's just for fun, just to keep it light, keep it fun, and have a variety of content for you guys to look at. So, to the point. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start putting primer on my eyeballs, because when I'm trying things out for the first time and I'm getting my first impression on things, typically speaking, I want it to be as I would normally use the product, you know? Like, I don't want to try it out in a way that I wouldn't actually wear it, because that's not really a good representation, right? Also, I'm not like really tugging on my eye here. I'm just trying to make sure this is blended in well. Okay, I have my handy dandy little mirror here. And my side effects to go with it. I hear they're a big hit. And so I'm gonna start by grabbing transition colors. So I think I'll go ahead and grab this transition color from up here on the Wet n Wild palette, just to get, oh, my phone's ringing. We're gonna ignore it. Just blend that in. Da, da, da. The good news is that even though my phone's ringing, I don't necessarily need to answer it. And I'm it's not that important. Because if it were important, they'd have my cell phone number. Okay, so that transition color, oh my gosh, it blended so easily. That was super easy. Having said that, I'm gonna pick this up and see if I can't get it to show up. That is so powdery. Whoa. I'll only be able to use half of the palette because all the rest of it will just be dusty. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then in the crease, I am going to, I'm gonna mix some things. I'm gonna grab the other transition color in the crease and go ahead and start with that. And then what I'll probably do with the same brush, it's kind of just, you know, fluffy domed brush. So I'm gonna use that first to get that crease going. Wet n Wild just does such a great job, and like, I'm trying to figure out how is it that Wet n Wild does such a great job and everything's so inexpensive. You know, like $4 for a palette or whatever, then $2 for a little, or $3 for a little palette. Like, how is everybody else having such a hard time keeping up with that? Yeah, they have hits and misses, but for the most part, I think they're a good brand. Then again, when it comes to color cosmetics, I just like to try everything. Play around. Okay. That is nicely blended, both sides nicely blended, and no fallout. None. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to grab I'm actually going to do something unpopular. I'm going to grab this shimmery color here that's supposed to be for the lid, but I'm going to use this in the crease as well, but like the lower crease. So right in the bottom part of the socket here. Because I want to blend that other color onto my lid. We're going to go for a pretty intense look today. Because why not? Let's have a blast. Then after this, I'm actually going to film another video with this eyeshadow look on. As long as I like it. That'd be bad though if I did it and then I didn't like it. Okay, so now I've got all of that going on. I am going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to grab this nice fluffy brush. I'm going to just blend this up right here. And I think what I'm going to do is grab the brow bone color from that Hooked on Vinyl palette and then just use that back and forth. They call this a windshield wiper motion. I wonder why. If it was like that, shouldn't I have two brushes? Like, here, I'll grab another one. Shouldn't I have like two brushes? And then like, no, it's so stupid. I'm clearly tired today. Okay. So nicely blended. All right, now I'm gonna get kind of a flatter brush. Is this the one I want? Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of that green. A whole bunch of that green. Man, it looks pretty. How about let's swatch it first before I just start putting it on my eyeball. Ooh. Guys, that's exciting. All right. Well, now I feel a little better about doing this. Please don't pause it in that moment and take a screenshot and send it to me. Okay, so now we're going to, the way I like to do this when I'm packing a color on is I like to flip the brush upside down so I can get it right along my lash line. So, here we go. Oh man, this is super, super exciting. Oh, and I'm doing the mascara face. Alright, so now that I've gotten it right along that lash line, now I'm flipping it back over. And there is a little bit of fallout happening, but you know what? That happens, and this is exactly why I do my eyeshadow first. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely amazing. It's very opaque. Wow. I'm gonna blend it, you guys. I'm totally gonna blend it. But it's a really pretty color. Okay. Oh look, right in front of me. Hey guys, do you want to watch this video? Okay. So I'm going in with the very edge of my brush and blending it so that it gets into the little inner corner of my eyeball. There we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see if I can find a good color to see. That's also pretty powdery. I don't know if you can tell. Let's grab that lower crease shade, that shimmery brown. I'm gonna put that on this fluffy brush, and then I'm gonna start using that to blend in the green. See if I can't get that to blend a little bit nicer. Wow, that's actually really kind of cool looking. Yeah, you see all that? Right there. I'm just gonna... And gone. See, and I don't have anything on there, so whenever I go to do my face, I'll obviously wipe that first and then go in and put in a, you know, primer and all of that good stuff too. Okay, let's blend away. You know know when I say blend away, it kind of reminds me of like, what is that? I'm trying to think of that movie with, it's got like Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix, and that other kid. And it's like, swing away. If you know the name of that movie, and I actually do know the name of the movie, but I'm not gonna say it. If you know the name of the movie, comment below. Dun, dun, dun. Trying to give you guys some interaction opportunities. Okay. Wow, this is really pretty. And then if, like, let's say you do that and then it takes away more of the green than you would like, use the same fluffy brush, dip it in that green, tap off the excess, and then you can go back over the green. And then that should blend those two things really nicely. Okay, tap, 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 tap. Occasionally I glance up when I'm blending because I'm so afraid. I'm just, what's the word for like really afraid? I'm really afraid that I'm gonna look up and then the little record is not gonna be there anymore. I'm gonna have to start over. Which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I get to do my makeup again. So not the worst thing on the planet. All right, so that is the eyeshadow palettes. We have a lot of other really fun colors, so I'll just swatch a couple of them for you. So say this guy, you know, I would buy this again. I think it's pretty cool. I would buy this again if I didn't already have it. Okay, so just a few dusty swatches. So I swatched these, actually I swatched all of these, this guy, and these guys. So I swatched these 7, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I? Oh, I didn't swatch that orange one. Let's do the orange for funsies. Wow, that orange is really impressive actually, for this matte orange. Okay, so I did a bunch, and then this guy right here is obviously the green from the other palette, but they're not bad. They're really not bad. So I think it's totally worth $4.50 or something. So I'm gonna go clean up my hands and clean up my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. While I was gone, I did not just wash my face and my hands. I also went ahead and did my eyebrows, mascara, I put some eyeliner on, and then I did my foundation and concealer. That's what it's called. So I went ahead and did those things to save some time, because the next thing I'm going to be looking at first impression wise is the powder, this Revlon, the Candid Photo Ready. And it's neat because I like that it has a built-in stopper thing so that you don't get too much product. Here, I'm just gonna open it down here because I don't wanna, you know, it's like when you open a bag of chips and it just won't go, and then all of a sudden there's just chips everywhere and it's raining chips, and then it's that movie, Cloudy with a Chance of Doritos. And so there we go. So we got powder, and it has the stopper that's built in. I'm gonna shake it up just so I'm gonna kind of get some powder ready for me to use. And then I'm gonna try it out. I'm really excited about it. I like trying different things. So we'll start by setting the under eyes with it. I grab my handy dandy mirror, and then we'll start under there. Dun, dun, dun. So it's supposed to be like good for the environment and all that good stuff, and it's supposed to make you like look all photo finished. So, oh man, this better oxidize a little bit, because look at that. I feel like I'm just real like, typically most foundations do oxidize on me, so I just finished putting this foundation on. By the end of the video, maybe just fine. Okay. Sound effects. Okay. This is actually blending nicely over everything. I tend to get some like smile lines, so I like to powder that area so it doesn't crease. And then when I powder my nose, I also don't do a lot of round circular motions. I like to pat the powder in except around these edges here where it's useful to blend things in. And last but not least, my forehead. I'm pretty combination to oily, so I like to have a pretty powdery face to start. Then I end up setting it. Okay, so first impression of that powder is, seems nice to me. It doesn't fly all over the place. It doesn't seem to have a fragrance. Does it do what it says it's going to do? Anti-pollution setting powder. So I feel set. So let's just hide the fact that I'm 2 different shades right now. Okay, so that setting powder is really nice. Now here's the final test here. I'm gonna go ahead and do my contour. And if my contour doesn't blend well, apparently the powder's not working that great. So dip, dip, take off the excess. Okay, so I like it. Yeah, that looks nice. All right, now to do the upper part. Do you guys like my fancy headband? Figured I'd go non-traditional. Okay, let's get around these edges here. Again, not being rough, just moving quickly. Oh yeah, that looks way better. I look way less like I'm wearing a mask. Or am I? Reminds me of this, so I have this Saturday Night Live digital short that I like to watch when I'm having a bad day. It's called Great Day. And I personally think it's ridiculously hysterical. At one point, the guy does like kind of a crazy demon voice in there. And I just find it to be pretty funny. Okay, also while I'm doing this, since I went ahead and blended that underneath my eye, I am going to grab a little brush. I'm gonna grab some of that green that I used in my under eye. Well, you know what? I'm gonna grab a transition first. And I'm gonna go underneath my eye. Get that transition first. Just so when I go in with the green, it's just a little bit easier. And it blends a little nicer. Okay, tap, 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 tap. And I don't want it to be too dramatic. Cool. Okay, that looks nice. Yeah, you see it's like a really subtle difference between both eyes. Boom, boom, boom. And so we have that beautiful stuff. Now, since I have my contour, I'm gonna do my blush, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the Happy Booster, which is something I know a lot of people really like, but I've never used it before. Whoa, that's powdery. Blah. Okay, very powdery, but I also got it for like 40% off or something. So let's see how this goes on. Whoa, that is brighter than I intended. But it actually looks kind of nice on. And it looks like it's providing a little bit of a glow. That's cool. I'm down with that. Blend, 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 blend. Okay, so I think we see a difference. Does this side of my face look happier than this side of my face? Or does this side of my face look just as depressed as this side of my face? Who knows? Also, is that how you really judge it? Or do you judge it at all? All right, so next step, other side. I'm just gonna look at the corner of the ceiling over there. Pretend I'm daydreaming. Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay, so it does provide, like, it looks like just a little bit of a glow going on. That's cool. But me, because enough is never enough. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my fancy little, I love using this little cute thing for highlighting. It has a teeny tiny little brush, see in comparison. And I'm just gonna grab some highlighter. I'm gonna go for a pink highlight today. Pink, 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 pink. Why did I do that? I've decided I'm gonna start leaving stuff in that I think sounds dumb. So that. All right, so let's throw this highlight on here because enough is never enough. Oh yeah, look at that. So this is a highlight I've used forever. It's not even available for purchase anymore. As you guys know, I'm a big, big fan of Mary Kay. And I have a few products of theirs that I just fell in love with, and I like I ended up purchasing probably 3 or 4 of them because I love them so much, and one of them is this little highlighter. Yeah, see? Sheer Dimensions Pearls. It's an opalescent kind of highlight. It's in a little simple container, and I just love it. I think it's so pretty. And then I'll go ahead, probably, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take my little tiny brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and use it as an inner corner as well. Boo, 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 boo. And I don't know if you can even see a difference, but I find that it brightens that area up just enough to where it doesn't look overwhelming, but it's still real pretty, and it helps me look far more awake than I feel. Okay. All right, sounds great. All right, now. Last thing that I'm gonna do a first impression on is a lipstick that I got for, what is that? 48 cents. So I got this Wet n Wild lipstick. This is crazy. Like, okay, so it's a lipstick. It is called Dark Pink Frost. I'm wondering if you can like see things reflecting, probably. And it's a frosty lipstick, but I don't mind a frosty lipstick. The weird thing is like the cap on this, so the lid on this, it has to go on a certain way because it's like crooked. So I can't just set it down, I have to put it upside down. I guess that's not that big of a deal. Ugh, first world problems. All right, so I'm just gonna put this on and see how it goes. It goes on really smooth. No fragrance to speak of, which is good. Okay. So actually I like that it's light. I like that it's frosty because when you have a frosty lipstick, it's easier to pair it with a lot of different looks. To me, that's my opinion. So overall, I ended up actually really liking these things that I tried out. I also, okay, so another thing I tried out, the reason I keep messing with my hair is who watches Facebook ads? There is the, was it One Step 2-in-1 styler, where you supposedly can have wet hair, and then it's got this big fat brush. Again, she doesn't need to change, she's perfect the way she is. Big fat brush, and it's kind of oblong in shape. It's a brush, and it shoots air, hot air out of it, so that you can dry and style your hair at the same time. We've seen these before. This is not a new concept. It's just, I think the new part of the concept is that it's so massive. And what that does, I think, is it gives more surface area so that it can dry your hair faster. My goodness, I was able to dry and straighten my hair all at one time in like 10 minutes. And the one thing they also say is like, because you kind of turn it while you're doing your hair with it, the bristles of the brush kind of polish your hair and make sure that they're really nice and smooth. And my hair is smoother. It's very much smoother. It's straight. I don't feel like it was very damaging, but I've only used it once, so check out me next week when I'm cutting all my hair off because it's all damaged. No, I'm kidding. So I enjoyed using it. It was very easy to use. A lot of times when you buy this thing, you can buy it online, or you can buy it from their website, you can buy it from Amazon. Of course, I'm like the queen of Amazon, even though I'm short, I'm the queen of Amazon. No. I buy things on Amazon whenever possible because typically I can find them for cheaper. So a lot of the packages you find of this thing on Amazon include like clips to clip your hair because they encourage you to section your hair off. So what I did is I washed my hair this morning. Yes, I did wash my hair. I put it up in like one of those twisty things, got dressed, took it out of the twisty thing. I did not towel dry my hair. I just let it be what it was gonna be. I brushed it out with a wet brush, sectioned it off into 4 or 5 sections, and then I started working. And really the sectioning off probably took just as long as styling my hair. So then I go through it, and I was so surprised by the time I got to the section that was up here, I went through it twice and my hair was dry. That was crazy. I don't have very thin hair. I don't have very thick hair. I have kind of middle of the road hair in terms of that. But I've enjoyed, and like my hair really does to me look pretty shiny. It's smooth. It feels nice and soft. And even the ends are really nice. And when you do it, you can either do it underneath and roll it under to have it go under, or you can go up, and then it doesn't really curl it, but it'll straighten it with a little flip either way. Having said that, my hair is probably gonna be super oily by tomorrow because I keep playing with it because it's so soft. I enjoyed it. Okay, so the end of the day, do I like these things? So I really do like Wet n Wild. I think it's a great brand. I think it's a really easy way to transition into makeup. Like, let's just say you're new to makeup, you don't really know what you want, you don't want to buy a $50 palette or a $60 palette, or in some cases a $120 palette. You don't want to spend that kind of money, but you want to experiment with color. Well, look, like this is probably $7, and you can get a lot of different colors to play with. Okay, that's a really good way to transition into experimenting with color. Same thing with the lipsticks. If you can get it's originally 98 cents. A 98 cent lipstick, you know, you're not doing it like a lot of the lipsticks. Like, for example, Mary Kay makes lipsticks that have special ingredients to encourage collagen production. Okay, so obviously you're gonna spend more for something like that. This is something to play with color. This is a great thing if you have a little girl. And these are, and Wet n Wild products are all cruelty-free, so if that's a thing for you, use Wet n Wild, and you're not paying a lot, you're getting the cruelty-free little symbol, and it even says it, like, that's what this little bunny rabbit thingy is it says cruelty-free. So, bunny rabbit, I'm 7. So, that's great. The Physicians Formula Blush, it's actually growing on me. I like it. I don't think it's too much. It did give me a little bit of a glow, so like if I'm doing a 5-minute face, yeah, I'm doing it. And then the powder was nice too. So everything worked out great. Everything was really nice. So thumbs up. I had a lot of fun with you guys today. So I know this is a longer video, but I appreciate your patience and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up on the video and click subscribe. And then also, you can ring the notification bell if you want to stay in the loop for future posts that I create, future videos and content. If you have any particular products that are drugstore products that you'd like me to review, or you'd like to know if I've already tried them and want to hear my opinion, that's great. If you have any ideas for Tip Tuesday, comment below what you'd like to see for Tip Tuesdays. And I guess I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great week. Thanks. Bye.